Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by ClosersIO, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Mishal Saeed, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and really the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're thrilled to have JJ Englert joining us. He is a serial entrepreneur and the founder of primarily the No Code Alliance. So JJ is a top 1% bubble developer and leading no-code educator who empowers developers and businesses to build powerful applications without coding using platforms like Bubble and AI-driven tools. We're going to explore his founding story today, really what got him started in the startup space, and we'll focus a little bit on some of the other ventures, but also how No Code Alliance is transforming the tech landscape. So with that being said, let's dive in. JJ, welcome to Founders Future.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolute pleasure having you on today. So yeah, take us to the top. What inspired you to get started as a founder? And yeah, talk a little bit about what you're focused on right now, what inspired you to launch the No Code Alliance. I'm just going to pass the mic over to you.
Sure. My story started quite a while ago. I was originally a filmmaker in Los Angeles making movies. And in 2017, I wanted to build a marketplace to hire filmmakers. And I thought it was going to be a really simple, like little directory. And I set off on that to build something small for the first time. And it was my first forte in the tech, and quickly realized that what I wanted to do, I needed a little bit more than maybe simple. I guess maybe I didn't need it, but I wanted a little bit more than simple. And then I hired a developer, and then I started building this thing. And then I realized I needed more money. And so then I went and raised money and actually created a business out of it. And that kind of led me in the direction of tech. I didn't really purposely go there, but I just really enjoyed it every step of the way and kept wanting to go deeper and deeper. And so that was 2017. That business went on to raise a bunch of money, launch a marketplace, grow up to 5,000 customers, but ultimately just didn't work. I couldn't solve that chicken and egg problem. And I was non-technical. And so I just made every mistake under the sun as a first-time CEO, non-technical, building a technical startup. And at the end of it, I was just like, I really love this, but if I'm going to do another startup, I need to be the technical founder here. And that forced me into learning how to build for the first time. And I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think I could do it, but saw an ad for Bubble, and this was in like 2019. And I was like, you know what? This looks really cool. It's a place where I can build everything visually without having to learn many different languages. So I'm just going to start there. They say you could build Airbnb with it. I'll just see what we could do. And I quickly realized, like, oh my God, I'm doing this. And then I was able to rebuild a lot of the platform that we had built previously with full code. And I put together like a new offering, a smaller one that I called Jump Studios. And it was like a SaaS offering. And I ended up actually making more money in the first 6 months with that offering than I ever did in the last 3 years with the company I raised over $300,000 for. And that was my start of I am now a technical founder. And I went off to sell that. Three others to date and now work full-time at No Code Alliance, where we focus on helping professionals upskill in the latest AI skills and also to help employers hire the top AI development talent. And so I have 6 different courses, I believe at this point, 6 different courses there teaching all of Bubble and then also Introduction to AI Agents, which is my latest course. 7+ hours teaching you everything you need to know about building with AI and AI agents for complete beginners looking to get started to actually building 10 different AI systems and agents during the course of the platform. And then there's opportunities to find developers to hire there. There's opportunities to get jobs and others on No Code Alliance. And that's just one of the many things I do today.
Incredible. It's really a diverse background from what it sounds like, and a lot of your focus is really on No Code Alliance. Thanks for breaking down the offer side of things. As far as it goes with who you're targeting, as far as your audience and ICP, are you industry agnostic, or is there a certain type of professional that you're attracting towards the platform? What does that look like?
Yeah, for a long time, it was for those that wanted to learn how to build their idea, that MVP without code using Bubble. So that was it for the past 3 or 4 years. But recently, it's all about professionals in any industry that want to learn AI with my Intro to AI Agents course and to learn the latest in AI and AI agents and start building automations for themselves, whether it's for personal or their business. No matter the industry, these skills are really helpful. And so now it's the maker, the interested business professional, those that just want to get ahead at work and start automating some of the busy work. That's the person I'm focusing on now.
Love that. So, as far as client acquisition, building on your growth, how are you focused on scaling No Code Alliance? What does that look like, especially with the course offerings? What's working best now for generating leads through the door, whether it's paid ads, organic social media, cold outreach? How are you currently doing that?
Yeah, I've always found that my success comes through my social media. For a long time, it was Twitter. I built up a good following there. And then now it's LinkedIn, and I built up a good following there. And I also have a podcast, which I'll talk about in a second. But through social media, the best way that I market myself is by putting out posts that are educational, that add value, and to position me as a thought leader, but really to create trust. Like I'm a big believer in give as much away as possible, like free value. So no, the people know that if they're going to enroll my course, I know what I'm talking about and they can really take it to the next level. And so I always try to post lessons that of what I've recently learned or tips for building something or where to get started or career advice for how to take the next step. That's what I really am excited about and where I find the best results coming from because by the time someone actually goes to my course, they've probably seen me on social media for the last couple of months. They've seen the value that I can add, and at that point, the trust is built, and then the conversion to the course is a little bit easier. I haven't had much success doing paid offerings because it is a higher ticket item at $200. And so it's hard to get that higher ticket item without that trust being built. So social media, and I also have a podcast called This Week in No Code Plus AI. It's the leading no code podcast on Spotify. We've been around for a year and a half, 72 episodes. And each week, just about each week, we bring in one of the CEOs of the platforms in the space. So in AI space, no code space, we bring on the CEOs and talk about their story, why they built what they built, and the company that they're building now, and why it's helpful for others. And so also being a leading voice there, learning all the latest tools and helping my audience stay up to date with the latest news of the industry while also finding out the tools that could be helpful for them is also a helpful path for me as I continue to market No Code Alliance and many of my other endeavors.
Yeah, 100%. Curious to learn a little bit more on the paid ad side of things. It's something you tried in the past, did not yield the results you wanted. Did you do it on your own or did you hire a marketing company? We talk a lot about it on the podcast, and it's oftentimes like a hit or miss. Share with us, what was that experience like?
I think I haven't put as much energy into it as I would like, but I have strategized with some consultants and whatnot. And my first approach was YouTube ads, creating videos for the course, and then having those videos link to the course and having advertisement behind YouTube beyond that. I just generally found the click-through rate, the conversion rate was very low. Some of the consultants that I spoke with were recommending a series of steps forward of like, first click for this free trial. It's a 60-minute masterclass, totally free. Capture the email, put them into a remarketing cycle from there, and then try and get them at a $29 offering that adds that next level up. And then
Right.
finally try and get that higher ticket item. And so put them into more of a funnel in that way. And I think that's something on the docket. And I just haven't actually done it yet and experimented with it, but that's the strategy or advice that I got from the people that I've spoken to. So I haven't put as much time and effort into that direction.
Yeah, yeah. I was just about to say because oftentimes when you look at organic ways to do outreach as a founder, it's not always going to be the most predictable way, especially if you're focused on scaling and then you're dabbling your hands in fulfillment. So is that sort of the next step for you? Is like building out predictability on the lead gen side, really to take the platform to the next level of growth and scale?
I think that's a good option. I'm still exploring it. I'm still trying to find like the thing that like works really well and find my channel there. I think once I find something that works, I'll put some gasoline on it and try to really scale it up. But I still haven't quite found what that channel is for me where I can build repeatable motions to really leverage that in that way. I will say I'm so much of a builder that I just love building things and I don't market as much as I need to, which is I think one of the reasons why I built and sold so many micro SaaSes because I just love the building process. I struggle a little bit with the sales and marketing process.
Okay. On that note, talk to us a little bit about sales. Are you a solopreneur right now, just with the No Code Alliance, or do you have a team in place helping on the sales side, the marketing side? How is all of that structured?
No, I'm a solo entrepreneur. I built it. I do all the courses. I do everything. The company is doing fine. It's been around for, I think, 3.5 years now. We've had over $200,000 in revenue, mostly off of course revenue. And so it's not nothing, but it's something where I would like to scale it. And I've looked at other ways of bringing in more course offering, more educational opportunities, more things like that, like premium job posts, premium employment. If you're looking for a developer, premium matches in that way. And so I've looked into those, but I haven't really pulled the trigger on any of those yet.
Got it. And as far as sales goes, what's like your process? Let's say someone does approach you on LinkedIn or social media. How do you go about converting them into a client? What is your process to close per se?
It's very soft. I am very indirect. Again, I lead with value first. And I think by that time, they don't even really approach me. They just engage with my posts and then they just go by at that point. But I am maybe too soft for my own good in that way. Again, I just try to add as much value as I can. And I think some of the other ways that I found that work really well is just free course giveaways in the sense of, hey, repost this and then I'll enter you into a raffle to get a free course. And I've done that a handful of times, and it always gets over 100 reposts and really grows the impressions and exposure of that. And that's worked really well. It's also given me an opportunity to give away free content to those that can't afford it. And then also, I like to sponsor people that are in areas that can't afford it as well. And so all my courses have what's it called? Pricing, parallelity pricing. What is it? Anyways, pricing is lowered for the region. So detecting the IP address and smartly figuring that out, I offer discounts to those in lower incomes around the world to hopefully make it more accessible. And then, of course, I do, in addition to that, do usually 10 course sponsorships a year where I give them access to my full catalog and
Yeah.
say, I'm here to support you. Let's make it happen, kind of thing.
That's incredible. I love that. So you're taking a globalized approach as far as really making a lot of your knowledge base accessible to global audiences outside
Yeah.
of being here. So as far as like scaling goes, is that sort of the next step for you as a founder, like bringing in maybe someone to help with sales, marketing? What are you doing to approach that now as you're looking at growing?
That's a good question. I will say that like I'm also building a couple other startups on the side and I'm waiting to see which one I really want to go all in on. And I'm still waiting to see what that method is. And so I'm not quite sure about the next steps in terms of scaling this. I don't think I have a repeatable motion that like I'm really ready to grow yet. I still think I need to find that. I think the course offering is working well, but I don't think that's as where that it's going to take me to where I want to go in that way. So I'm still trying to figure it out, trying to find that product market fit. I know that people need AI enablement today more than ever. So I think the opportunity is right, but still finding ways to deliver that education to those that are looking for it at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So as far as 2025, a lot of things in the works from what it sounds like. You have some of the other ventures in the works as well. What's your runway as far as like growing, some goals in place? Share that with our audience as well.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about being a technical founder is it doesn't cost me much at all to run any of this, right? And I'm able to build several passive income streams that I've had for several years now. I really like taking the time to learn these technical skills, especially now. It's 3 to 6 months, and
Yeah.
that grants you a lifetime of being technical where you can build these things at a very sustainable rate and grow it. And those are the skills that I teach through No Code Alliance. I'll take you from zero to actually building a full application that's AI powered, and you could do it easier than ever these days. So my run rate is my costs are very low, and I have good passive income coming in, and now trying to figure out how I'm looking to reinvest in the business to grow it further.
Amazing. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on a few questions. We're in the lightning round now. How do you really see the SaaS industry evolving in the coming years, especially with a lot of your focus on really empowering other developers and businesses? How is No Code Alliance positioning itself on that forefront?
Yeah, I think education is going to continue to be key. I do think that we're going to see SaaS decline a bit, and I think we're going to see more personal software. I think software is getting to the point where almost anyone can make it. And so instead of making software for others, you're just going to make software for yourself to
Mhm.
solve your own use cases without actually making it available to other people. And I think that's going to really yeah, I can't say it, but bring software to more people around the world, which will take a little bit of a hit on SaaS. I think SaaS will always be important and still be there because people maybe just not want to do that or invest their time in that area. And SaaS allows you to have a heavy investment in one area and make it easier for many other people. But what AI can do now, it's incredible. And in just 2 years, we've come so far. I can't imagine where the next 2 years gets us. And so my goal right now is AI enablement, helping those learn AI because AI is improving faster than anyone else, anything else, any other SaaS in the world. And so if we know how to harness and leverage I think we can improve at that level of speed and then continue to wield it as it makes sense for us in the future.
I love that. Fun question. If we brought a genie in the room, you rub the lamp, and now you have all these unlimited resources, what would you implement immediately to really grow some of your ventures, take No Code Alliance to like other heights? What would that look like for you as a founder?
I think one of the things that I've always just loved in life is the idea of a venture studio, the ability to have a core marketing, sales, product team that is able to spin up many different ideas and opportunities. And once that opportunity is identified, then really develop a new team for that. But Magic Genie comes to me and say, do something. I'd say probably a venture studio because I'm such a builder. I love building so many things as a serial entrepreneur. And then that would give me the ability to build a lot of things and then spin off different teams for those that are really succeeding. So yeah, that would be it.
Awesome. And then final question before we do wrap up. For the listeners, entrepreneurs, founders looking to follow in your footsteps, maybe even enter the SaaS space, they're scared to walk away even from a 9 to 5 job. What advice would you offer to them about getting in this space and starting something on their own?
Yeah, what I would say is you have to be curious today. It's a really good skill set. So be curious and don't be afraid. We are in a period where we should all become learners again. And sometimes as we mature, we get older, we're not learners anymore. We're like masters. But because AI has grown so much and it developed so much, it's best for everyone to go back to the learning stage and be willing to learn, to be willing to be open to new things. And so if we stay curious like that, we stay with the willingness to learn even 20 to 30 minutes a day or even an hour a week could really help you take the next steps. This stuff is not that hard. You hear AI and it's, oh my God, it's so complex.
Yeah.
The way that they built these platforms, it's not hard at all. You just need to know little tips and tricks. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, you're starting to leverage it in your daily work, your daily professional business, and then you're seeing results. And then you take the next step. And so stay curious, keep learning. Set a goal to learn like one new thing a day, one new thing a week. Those little things compound and it will help you find more success wherever it is in life. You can use AI for personal therapy, a mindset coach, lifestyle coach, personal fitness, and business, helping you speak to your boss or help communicate something to a customer or help strategize new plans and marketing. There's so many different ways that you can use it. And if you're not, you're going to get left behind and
Yeah.
or fired in some way. I don't believe AI is going to replace us, but I do believe that AI is going to replace those that don't use AI. And so I think it's really important that we learn to use it, to leverage it. And with the help of AI, we're going to be better in terms of our output and the quality of it. And I think that will help us generally getting forward. So stay curious, stay learning, and don't be intimidated because you can do it.
Yeah, 100%. And I love the fact that you brought that up. So as far as like your favorite AI tool, JJ, what recommendations do you have for our listeners on that?
There's so many different ones, and it's almost just like I used to be in the film industry, and so it's what's my favorite rom-com? What's my favorite like scary movie? Oh, I can name one for you in every different genre, right? My daily driver is ChatGPT, just for all activities.
Mhm.
Anytime I need to do writing, it's with Claude Anthropic. Anytime I need quick, like free responses, it's usually with Google Gemini. Anytime I need to do deep research, it's either ChatGPT or Perplexity. Once I get into automations, I really love Zapier and Zapier's agents. Relay.app is doing a great job as well. For any of my app building, I use software.io, and then for the easier stuff and then more complex stuff is Bubble, and then super custom dev stuff is like the Lovables, the Bolts, etc. But that's still being proven to a bit. And yeah, I could just keep going on and on. But the great thing is, as builders, there is a tool for you and your job today. And there was a way to make whatever you need done so much easier. Stay curious, figure out what those tools are, add them to your tool belt, and you won't regret it.
I love that. That's powerful. Now I have to ask, favorite movie of all time
Hmm.
in your background in the filmmaking space?
Probably It's a Wonderful Life. That was very, very inspirational to me in many different ways. I also like 7 Pounds and I like some other movies as well. So It's a Wonderful Life, I think, still takes it home for me.
Incredible. Before we do wrap up, JJ, what's the best way for the audience to get in touch, work with you over at No Code Alliance and some of the other ventures that you have started?
Yeah, so go to nocodealliance.org. You'll see my Introduction to AI course there. You can also follow me at JJ Englert on LinkedIn and Twitter. I'm very active there on a daily capacity. So those are the best places to find me, to learn from me, to take some of my courses, and I hope to see you around.
Incredible. So On that note, that wraps up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. JJ, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your incredible journey. You guys have heard it first. You got some AI tools, some nice advice from him. And yeah, feel free to check him out at www.nocodealliance.org. And you can explore a little bit more about some of his no code courses and services, and follow him, of course, on LinkedIn. We'll tag his profile in the summary below. To our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, of course, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And you can also find some more resources and insights over at ClosersIO. We're dedicated to helping businesses scale through trained appointment setters and world-class marketing and sales systems. So until then, everyone, keep climbing, and we'll see you all on the next one.